Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, to another series on Gaming for the Backdrop. Today we're going to be playing Master of Command, a new game that just came out that I saw a video on that intrigued me because I'm a big fan of this era of history. It's set during the Seven Years' War. Let's jump into a new campaign. I'm fresh to the game, as you can see. I haven't even done the tutorial, none of that. So let's see what we're working with here. Starting a campaign. Welcome to Master Command. Before you start a campaign, you must select a nation. Each has its own distinct strengths and weaknesses. These are the 5 nations you can select from: Britain, Austria, Prussia, Russia, and France. Prussia is selected by default and is a great option for beginners. Here's your brigade. A brigade is comprised of an officer and its regiments. Depending on the army you've chosen to lead, the brigade will comprise different starting units. Each army starts with a different configuration of supplies. They include provisions, which is food that's consumed daily; thalers, money that is used to purchase units and items; reservists, which is used to replace losses; ammunition, which is ammo used in battles while drilling. And it's also crucial to play into every army's bonus doctrine. In this case, the Canton system grants the Prussian army free reservists every time it visits a settlement. Armies also start with items that can be equipped to your regiments once the campaign begins. You may view more details in your items by moving your mouse over them. Well, that's good to know. Open the settings gear before you begin to set your difficulty. Master Command is balanced for seasoned strategists. Players new to strategy games are advised to play as a casual difficulty. Few win their first campaign. Oof. After selecting your nation and any difficulty modifiers, press continue to begin your first campaign. Alright. So, let's see what campaign settings we want to do. If this is your first time playing, select the Captain difficulty preset and work your way up the ranks in subsequent playthroughs. What are we thinking? You know what? Yeah, we'll do this. We'll mess with this one. Let's see. We'll go with that for now. I don't want to touch anything else because I don't know anything about the game. So, we have Great Britain, the British Crown and Hanover. Highly disciplined infantry is famed for its accuracy, delivering volleys with a steadiness few can match. Supported by good auxiliaries from Hanover and Hesse, their armies combine English professionalism with German reliability. Yet the Redcoats are few in number, fielding smaller battalions, and require higher standards of training, making promotions to veteran units time-consuming. The Habsburgs. Austria's flexible multinational army is anchored by great artillery, giving it strength in prolonged battles, but the same diversity that makes the army adaptable also leaves its recruits difficult to integrate. With fresh levies from many lands often slow to train, combined with poor reload times on the line, Austria relies on adaptability and the ferocity of its Hungarian troops to balance these flaws. Prussia's fast infantry is drilled to march and reload with unmatched efficiency, enabling daring maneuvers. Their heavy infantry forms the backbone of this disciplined army, holding firm in brutal contests. But Prussia's reliance on its infantry comes at a cost. The artillery corps is neglected by commanders. And maintaining such elite forces means fielding expensive units that are difficult to replace. And Russia is the opposite. The Russian army fields cheap recruits and is held together with excellent morale, allowing it to endure long and punishing campaigns. But recruitment is disorganized, as Russia struggles with logistics far from the motherland, and their slow movements leave them vulnerable to quicker opponents. Even so, when brought to battle, the Russians prove a determined and unyielding foe. And then finally, we have France. France fields massive armies supported by renowned heavy cavalry. Excellent in sweeping, overwhelming assaults, yet these great hosts are plagued by fragile morale, and the strain of supplying so many men is worsened by poor logistics. As corruption and lavish spending drain resources when their spirit holds, however, French armies can deliver devastating blows on the battlefield. Alright. Let's see. So we got the British expedition. Complexity kernel. Challenging. As it prioritized the colonial war in North America and around the world, William Pitt's government is hesitant to commit soldiers to the fighting in Germany. When these troops finally arrive in the HRE in 1758, they quickly prove themselves and fight with a courage out of proportion to their small numbers. English infantrymen are famous for their devastating firepower. Now over to the Habsburg, we have the Crown Lands Corps, which is the core power of the Habsburg monarchy. comes from its Austrian and Bohemian hereditary lands. In addition to providing much of the wealth of the empire, German and Czech-speaking infantrymen form the heart of Maria Theresa's armies. These soldiers are loyal to their queen. They include men from cities like Prague and Vienna who have rudimentary education in mathematics and ballistics, necessary for the artillery train. Cantonist levies. In the mid-18th century, Prussia recruits conscripts via a unique canton system. Much like modern reservists, these soldiers are drafted in the army for basic training, but then furloughed to their villages in peacetime. This allows Prussia to maintain a large supply of trained manpower during conflicts. Mobilized cantonists are not the best trained soldiers in the Prussian army, but they remain loyal infantrymen nonetheless. Peter the Great revolutionizes the Russian state in the early 18th century, introducing conscription during the Great Northern War against Sweden. This enables the Russian army to maintain a significant force even in peacetime. As Russian serf soldiers serving for life form new communities centered around their regiments. The Orthodox faith makes them fearless in the face of death. And lastly, we have the Lower Rhine Army. The French army of the Lower Rhine is the core instrument of the French monarchy in the 7 Years' War. As the French launch repeated offensives to defeat the Anglo-Prussian alliance, the size and population of France enable large contributions of manpower to this force. And throughout the 18th century, French military theorists debate the ideas of Chevalier Follard, who argues that column attacks with cold steel are ideally suited to the character of the French nation. All right, what do we think? I'm feeling England. I kind of want just like sharpshooters, from the way it sounds, like highly disciplined, very good shooters. So let's choose an army. We got the British Expedition, the Hanoverian Corps. Okay, oh god. So these are all the regiments we can unlock by doing stuff. It looks like. Yeah, we'll open with Britain. See how they do. Iron Man mode. You want to do Iron Man? Probably not, but you know, yeah, let's do Iron Man. We're just gonna see what happens. If I lose in the first 20 minutes, I lose in the first 20 minutes, and we'll just reset and go again. There we go. Start your first campaign. Switching to your bayonet is faster than reloading. Welcome to the mission board. Your aide-de-camp has presented 3 locations to campaign in. Once settled, the other 2 missions are removed and 3 new ones are generated. Each mission has 2 unique side objectives like occupy, support, or raid. Complete these objectives will reward you with either a unique regiment or a doctrine. By selecting the map icon in the bottom right corner, you can toggle the map view in order to see which regions you've conquered or select a region to campaign in. After selecting a mission, press continue to begin your campaign. Alright. So, we can protect southern England, reinforce Scotland from France. Against all these we're fighting France, it looks like. Or reinforce Westphalia. This gives me British Dragoons, Hessian Grenadiers, or Highland Grenadiers. Or, okay, if I secure 4 encampments, I get that. Or I can secure 5 convoys, I'll get Forced Conscription Doctrine, which lowers my morale, gives me a lot more conscripts, which I don't really know if I want that. Get the less morale, because I think morale is somewhat important in this game, like pretty important. Heavy infantry. The Dragoons might be nice. I think we might go with reinforced Scotland. Yeah. Continue. Act 1. Scotland. Welcome to the camp. Here you manage your army. This is your starting brigade, which comprises a commanding officer, Granby, and regiments. You may drag and move your officer and regiments to different locations in the camp. When you select a regiment, you can see their equipment, stats, and regimental flag. Customize a regiment, click on the flag. You can also rename regiments by clicking on the text directly above the flag. Here's your inventory. You may equip them to your regiments, or sell them in a town to purchase more regiments. You may also rename and customize your officer by selecting them. And once ready, you may exit your camp by pressing this button. You can always access the camp. Okay. We got some spontoons. A mark of rank etched in brass and steel, not just surround these doubles weapons, inspire troops to follow their bearer. Okay. So, I'm thinking, who are we going to want to have the most morale? British foot, Highland foot. They're both line infantry, and then we have some light cavalry. Let's see. So, we're going to want the bagpipers for the British light dragoons, I feel. So, can I not? Ooh, I can't because they're on cavalry, so they can't do horses. Okay, I see now. We'll want light saddles for you. Some items are neutral. For example, you may not equip multiple ramrods. Also, your regiment may only have one primary incident. Okay, I gotcha. For a price, you may open up an additional inventory slots only for the selected regiment. That's good to know. Alright, so I'm gonna give my Highland foot the bagpipes just because it's kind of aesthetic. Whoa, that's not what I'm gonna do. We'll give you guys that. We'll give you the tea rations. And we'll give you the accuracy training. John Manners Granby. Alright, Granby's breed. Let's go with what are we thinking? Granby Sharps? Granby Sharpshooters? Great, let's try that. Ferdinand von Braunschweig is my guy. He's got subsidy of okay, let's leave the camp, see what happens. War is upon us. General, your army stands at the frontier. Though modest in size, your forces are disciplined and in good order. A nearby depot lies ahead, lightly defended, and will serve as a starting point to begin your campaign. Though you need to press onward soon after. The land is open and the roads clear, ideal for seeking out skirmishes and encounters. Engage patrols boldly, even those larger than your own. Your troops are of a lower quality, and their spoils and equipment will serve your army well. We await your progress. Alright. So, we are now on the region map. You have entered your first campaign region. It is crucial to seize the nearby depot and engage the enemy. Afterwards, you may move on and look to engage patrols, even if larger than you. They are typically weaker and provide a great source of income and loot. Over time, the enemy headquarters will build up and come attack you. Sorry about that. I yawned. You must recruit new units and build a formidable force in order to destroy it. You may navigate the region by using WASD or by dragging the middle mouse button. Use the right mouse button to move your army, attack enemy armies, or navigate toward towns and counters found throughout the map. Terrain matters. Roads allow your army to march faster, whereas forests and rivers slow your army down. Mountains can cause your armies to lose supplies quicker, but provide a greater line of sight, which can be useful to spot nearby settlements or enemy armies. Your main and side objectives are listed on the top right corner, along with the current date and game speed. Well, there's no date, it's just day. I guess it is a date. Campaign is played in real time. If you're ever caught in a bad situation, tap the space key to pause quickly. On the left-hand side of the screen are your army stances. Each one has a different effect to aid you on your journey, however stands to see what it does. Yeah, once the tutorial ends, of course. And in the top left of the screen, you can see your resources and doctrine, which impact your whole army. Earn resources by completing encounters, visiting towns, and winning battles. There's a nearby supply cache that will assist you on your campaign. Close. So we got the thin red line, which means my army gains double veterancy in drilling stance. We got march, forced march, drilling, and forage. Okay, so let's go here. Encounters are campaign events with positive or negative outcomes. However, over options to see details. Some side objectives require completing encounters to earn their rewards. Grace. The supply cache lies before us, but a handful of enemy stragglers stand watch. We may strike swiftly and seize one part of the stock before they can react. Coin, provisions, or powder. Such haste will rouse them to battle, yet their strength is slight and our men are confident the fight will be ours. Let's take their coin. Maybe? You want the provisions instead? Maybe, I don't know, I kinda want the coin. Alright, the Battle of Moy. To battle. Inspect your enemy's regiments and officers on the right panel by hovering over them. You may choose to begin the battle by selecting the crossed swords or retreat with a penalty. We got Francois Louis de Luzon, level 1. He's got some good cavalry stats. He's got some light cavalry and a line infantry and some recruits. Alright. Let's fight this battle. Russian Shuvalov howitzers were an experimental cannon. Their distinctive muzzle shape spread the canister shot more effectively. Alright. At the start of a battle, you may move and reposition your units during the deployment phase. Configure your unit stances before the battle begins, and hold left click and drag the box to select units. Okay. So WASD to move. Oh, scroll with the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Press C and V to change the camera's verticality or vertical rotation. Q and E to change the horizontal rotation. If you want less restriction to your camera, go to the option escape, enable the free camera setting. Hold left shift to speed up the camera, right shift to slow it down. Okay. Change the battle speed. So, yeah. Okay, yep, I got it. Each regiment shows 2 bars, green for strength and blue for morale, which is their willingness to fight. Low morale will force a unit to retreat the battlefield, and 0 morale, a unit becomes shattered and cannot be rallied anymore. Your regiment will automatically target the closest enemy in range. Right-click on an enemy to change targets. Nope. A brigade officer, which are always attached to your first regiment and brigade, grant a morale buff to any units inside their blue command radius. Officers also have traits that buff their brigade. 1 to 4 regiments shown with their portrait at the bottom. An officer's skill applies passively at all times, even if the units under their command are outside the command radius. Alright. So we will take these 2 guys, straighten them out. We're going to put our British light dragoons here. We're going to shadow the enemy's cavalry just to be safe. Your general provides the strongest morale buff to nearby units, allowing regiments to fight longer. Okay. Okay, so Granby's there, and then Ferdinand's here, so we're just going to kind of do that. We'll deploy and see what happens. I'm going to try to take some positions up here. Just advance ahead slowly. Proper placement wins battles. Every regiment has an effective range, with damage scaling by distance. Attacking enemy's flanks deals even more damage. Hold left tab to preview the movements of your regiments. After moving your regiment unit, as you can see. So we'll speed this up a bit. I'm gonna want these guys to probably take this fence line. Hills boost accuracy, hedges buildings provide strong cover, and forests give cover but slow movement and reduce accuracy. Okay. Looks like his cavalry is starting to shift right, so we're gonna shift right with him. They're gonna be in range soon of my guys. This 3. His volley will be shortly. I'm gonna shift my dragoons a little right here and keep you here. Ready. There it is. First volley of the war. Here comes that second volley. Reload, boys. 400 men in that unit, 400 in his units. Here comes their volleys now. We're in pretty good cover though. Still lost 60 men. That's tough. They're losing just a lot more men. These recruits are still trying to get even further into range. I don't know why they're losing the gap so much. That's a rough one for them. They have a lot less morale too. I'm gonna line my dragoons up to start shooting at them, I think. Okay. I'm gonna want to get a volley on those French provincial cabs. I think they're gonna charge in, it looks like. Yep. Ooh. That cab took it rough. Reform and shoot them, boys. If we can get a volley off before they escape. Yep, we shattered them. The French Fusiliers are retreating, it looks like. There we go. They broke. Victory. We broke those freaking cavalry bad. The Highlanders have been bloodied and behaved very well. John Manners, Marquis of Granby. Oh, no, he's from Granby. He's not, his name isn't Granby. I got it. Well, Fall Commander. You've earned excellent spoils of war. Choose to ransom, conscript, or exchange prisoners to proceed. You get some ammo and some thalers. You can exchange them for some provisions and some veterancy bonuses. Or some reservists and casualties reload. I think I'm gonna go with, we got all this stuff. This stuff. But I'm thinking we go with the veterancy. Yeah. And then now let's also, during battle, your units may suffer casualties and lose ammunition. It's up to you to train more soldiers into your regiment as they will not replenish on their own. Replenish your regiment by dragging its green health bar to the right. This consumes reservists. The same can be done with the yellow ammunition bar underneath the health bar. You may also select this button to add manpower or ammo to all units. The unit requires a full day to fully recover. It depends on the unit themselves. Regiment has earned a promotion. When you gain a veterancy, you may promote your regiment. Click on the badge icon above the secondary weapon slot. Silver means it's not ready. Gold means it's ready. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone ready to really be promoted. So, oh, you're maxed out apparently. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so it's gonna be 6-6 for those, and then this 7. Yeah, I need a lot of points to level these guys up anymore. Alright, let's see what we want to do stuff with. So we got a basic spontoon. Cannot be equipped. Worth little to earn, plenty for a trader or collector. Okay, we got some entrenching tools, which might be a little nice. Reload. This is actually really good. We'll get this to reload to counteract that slower reload. Cannot be equipped. Okay. Melee damage received and minus 20% attrition. So these guys are probably going to be a melee more than most, so we're just going to put those on them. Whoa. Half gators. We got some movement speed out of that, sure. Alright. And their ammunition. We'll refill all those. Perfect. 72 troops replenishing daily. So do you replenish while we walk? Or yeah, you do. Okay, that's good. So let's visit this fort. This is a battlefield over there. Sir, the fortress before us is of such strength and situation that any attempt upon it must end in fruitless expense of men and material. The enemy commander, perceiving perhaps the futility of further obstinacy, has extended a proposal for the exchange of prisoners. He's willing to return a full regiment of our captured infantry in exchange for a number of reservists from our ranks. Moreover, he's prepared to release a senior officer if we consent to furnish a greater number of men. Now, wait your turn. Okay. Okay. We can't do anything with air, so let's go to the battlefield, see what's going on over here. Sir, among the thickets east of the field, our scouts have discovered a wounded officer, evidently left behind in our allies' retreat. His uniform and bearings, just a man of rank. He is conscious, though greatly weakened. Alright. If we possess medical stores, he may yet be restored to strength without delay. Get the bone saw is rough. New officer, Walter Panmure. Real quick, we're going to change this out, though, because it's not going to be Granby, it's going to be Manners. We'll go with Manners Rangers for now. Kind of not what I meant to do, but okay. Can we just get... Yeah, we got this guy. Walter Panmure. He's good at charging, and he's got good range. Bad at charging. We'll leave him in charge of our 2nd division, 2nd brigade, but we don't have anything there yet for him. Let's see. Can we see anything from the top of this hill? Can we see an encampment? Go check it out. Another battlefield up here. Your Grace, we've invited to an allied encampment where senior officers are conducting field exercises with their men. They offer us the opportunity to drill alongside them. We may send a few regiments to practice arms and receive modest instruction. Dispatch our officers to gain dude, what a morning. Or dispatch our officers to gain experience of their own. Just have some of my guys go get some training. And we're gonna head back to the town of Moy for now. Enemy patrol has been sighted. Engage whenever possible. Their ranks are poor quality. Defeating them yields modest but vital resources. Dude, there are 6,000 of them. Okay, this is going to be interesting. And they have artillery. Recruits, a bunch of line infantry. I have my 3 regiments. And that's it. Eesh. Frederick the Great promoted the cultivation of the potato. Despite the skepticism of his people, the potato would eventually become a staple in German cuisine. Alright. This is going to be a rough fight. I'm going to be on the defensive for sure on this one. Can we get some cover somewhere that we're going to need? Get some cover here. The hedge is here. Unless, I think we're just going to push up and try to take these areas. Yeah. We're going to try to hold the road there. And then maybe here. What is that going to give us? That's kind of a rough line. Let's do it there. Do they have any infant? They have no cavalry, it looks like. So we're gonna try to send my dragoons all the way around here. And Ferdinand von Braunschweig, you can come up here. We're gonna just try to get around their line and get those batteries. We gotta get those French batteries down. They're only 3-pounders, so they probably shouldn't do too much damage to me. But still. Not something I want to deal with if I can help it. not good. Their infantry is focusing down on my guys. Nope, those royal recruits are coming to fucking... They're messing to freaking stop me. Well, I can pull a regiment away, which is fine. So... we do not have the best cover here. We need better. Yeah, these guys are... No, we need to pull back. These guys are going to rip me to shreds from that town. Yeah, this was a mistake coming up here. I shouldn't have done this. I didn't realize that town was going to be that defensive, so... Okay, those French Fusiliers are turning. Gonna get around. The canister shot off. That's freaking rough. But yeah, we shattered those cannons. That's good. Get you out of there and circle about. This will put them in a more worse position. So. How's their morale? Their morale is relatively high, too. Luckily, I think I've split their army around my dragoons. I can take them if it's just two brigades, or two divisions bearing down on me. Or, yeah, 2 brigades, sorry. Alright. Yeah, we got some decent cover here. Here, not so much, but it's alright. Try to get them back somewhere, get some more cover. What do they have? They have elevation on this? That's a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Let's try to get around the backside of them. Mess with them a little bit more. I get him as much cover as I can. Not much I can get him, but something will always be better than nothing. I feel like I should be able to outshoot these bastards, but they're just not. It's not going well. They outrange me, that's why. Yeah, these friends. This is rough. They outrange the snot out of me. My light dragoons will not hold through this fighting. There we go. They're ripping into them, boys. Give him another volley. There we go. I want to break these German Fusiliers, but they're about to. Come on, boys. Alright, I'm pulling the Dragoons back because those French Fusiliers are gonna go up and rock my stuff. Those recruits are just stuck there, man. Ow. That still hurts. Oh, they're retreating. Alright, let's rotate. Yep, they're retreating too. Good. Let's take the hill. French Fusiliers. I want to get around to their rear side. There we go. Get some rounds on them, boys. Rough. Oh shoot, they're reforming. I need to... Yeah, I was worried about. I need to get these Fusiliers out of here, though. There we go. That's a good volley. Just need this British foot fire. They're wavering. Let's give them a charge. Yep, that should retreat them. Shattered the unit too, no less. That's really good. Let's wheel you boys around. And you around. Alright, let's get these Dragoons right up on them, just firing into that rear line of theirs. That's the idea, at least. Dude, we're getting messed up in this fight, though. It's not good. There we go. There we go. Retreating. A regiment is retreating due to low morale. Retreating units will slowly replenish morale to rejoin the fight unless they reach the edge of the battlefield. Quickly move your general and officer to rally your retreating troops unless... Oh, shoot, that's not good. Oh, dude, these guys are broken as well. Come on, boys, get back in the fight, gentlemen. Highland Foot are about to rejoin, I think. Come on, boys. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Need these guys to rejoin the fight, man, or we're gonna lose. Like, immediately. They're just done. They will not recoup their morale. Yeah, no, that's it. They're just not gonna recoup their morale. Alright, yeah. Is that it? Did we just lose the campaign immediately? I think we may have just lost the campaign immediately. There's an army that was definitely 2-1 on our side. If there's neither, you can rally your... Okay, so we can replenish and fight again. Don't really have the reservists to fight again, but, you know, we can try. I don't know, we'll do that. We'll just go with what we got. Let's head to Moy. This is your settlement view. Here you may trade your items, purchase new officers and regiments, or sell your goods. You may purchase provisions, reservists, and ammunition by using the buttons at the top of the screen. Settlement modifiers may also be seen here, which can affect the goods and prices of this location. So we are definitely going to be buying a crudload of reservists. We're just going to get another one just in case. What was that? All our ammo we're topping off on. Alright, where's our town square? So this is your trade screen. Your inventory items and thalers are on the left side. The shop owner's items and thalers are on the right side. You may right click or drag items towards the middle to purchase or sell. Okay, so we'll sell that, sell that. I'm tempted to take those entrenching tools. Keep those, yeah. Sell all those. We have, let's see, some pocket Bibles. Some rations. I'm not too worried about this, so let's get out of here. Let's see about getting a new regiment. Compare regiment stats and recruit cavalry, infantry, or artillery. Okay, so we need some red coat recruits, which I can turn into pretty much whatever I would need. More red coat recruits. I think we're gonna go with a unit. What was the Hanover and Land Meadows? Oh, so they're already level 2. Okay, that's why we can get them Hanover Grenadiers eventually out of those. Got some British foot and some Highland foot. I'm thinking we just go with the red coat recruits. We just need the bodies in the field right now, you know? I don't have the cash for a second one. Let's see what the powder house is. Let's just buy. Okay, and the stables where we buy cavalry stuff. Got it. Alright. So. We'll give you for now. Oh, we can't, apparently. Oh. Ah, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's what it is. I should drop them into the spot. For now, I think we're going to keep this one unit up, and we're just going to go with that for now. And we're just going to ride away for a bit while our men just regenerate. We'll go to this outpost. Your Grace, the station reports an abundance of war material, owing to early success in light campaigning in the area. Order may ask whether we are in need of anything. You may draw from their stores, image, provision, or coin at your discretion and return the garrison only asked that a few reservists be left behind to help. So we're going to want some coin, clearly. Like, definitely. And then we'll head to this battlefield. Still just trying to regain some troops before I go take a fight. On the far meadow, our allied cavalry met the enemy's horse squadrons wheel and trade cuts, carbines crack at close range, and pickets scatter along the hedgerows. We may put in our cavalry and press the affair at which the allied cavalry will dress on us and join our forces if they survive the clash. New unit, British Provincial Cavalry, nice. I might have Grand BBR. know, like infantry guy, and then Panmure will be our charging guy, maybe like our cavalry guy. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. Also, you guys will give you the red coat recruits here. And we're gonna wheel back around and go fight these dudes now. Now we have an even army-ish. Alright. Let's fight this battle. Continue the fight with your bayonets until, by the help of God and Russian courage, the enemy are beaten and chased away. William Vilimovich Firmer, the Russian general. Alright. Once we get into this fight, can't wait to see this battlefield. Let's see, very flat. We can take this hill early on. That'll give us a pretty good height advantage over the field. For at least the units in the center. So I think that's what we're going to go for. We'll deploy. British foot. So we're just going to take all these. 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to send you right up the hill. Just like that. We will split our cavalry on the left wing and right wing, respectively, with you on the hill overlooking the entire battlefield. Let's go. Now, is that artillery unit still alive, technically? Did it regenerate? It looks like it did, but it only has 1 gun left. I'm not too worried about it. We got some pretty weak German Fusiliers over here, trying to push around to the right to get my British Light Dragoons. Honestly, I might just take the hill and then shoot it out with them. Yep. And then these guys are all up here. We're going to send you guys around to the left, wheel around hard. We already got a volley into those German Fusiliers. So, let's take the French Fusiliers next. Dude, they can really they really range well. Jeez. Alright. We already broke those French Fusiliers. Wheel around these guys right here. Yep, they're retreating now. We'll just chase them down. My redcoat recruits are not in range to deal with those guys. My British Provincial Cavalry will prepare for a charge into the French Fusiliers. We're going to come down off this hill. We're going to move you guys up here. Assuming that unit shattered. We're going to get the Light Dragoons away. If those French Fusiliers come back, they're going to shoot me to death. Instantly. And that is not something I would like. Now let's get some more volleys into these French Fusiliers. Let's keep pressing the advance of the Highland Foot here, giving them some cover. That goes on, we'll advance you next. And we'll make sure these redcoat recruits that are getting chewed up advance further. And we're gonna route this army here. Yep, they retreated. Alright. Go shoot the battery. There it is. It's shattered. Dude, just 1 volley instantly shattered him. That was funny. So yeah, we smoked them pretty good on that fight. We took the recruit took a little bit of damage, but besides that, it was fine. All Alright, we got 882 thalers out of that battle, as well as some loot. We got some shepherd's axes, decent. Pontoons, regimental flags, just a bunch of regimental flags as well. Alright, so we're gonna go with the exchange, I think, maybe? Go with the ammo. So we can use the thalers and the ammunition right now. You were promoted. Or an officer has been promoted, select the upgrade button, level up your officer. Okay. Choose a trait. We can get agile. We can get loud. Or we can get observant. I think we're gonna go with range. I want to outrange most of the enemies I encounter going forward if possible. Yeah, that's the plan at least. We're gonna give you guys axes. Oh no, I can't. Why can't I give that to you? Ah, it's because it's either one or the other. I can only give you like one weapon, I guess, is what it's trying to tell me. So we'll just rest, I guess, for now. I think I'm gonna take this and put it on. Take this, put this over here. Give it to you. Move this over. I'll give you guys the shepherd's axes. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll try to pull up our cavalry for now, and what we can of our regiment, and then we're gonna head back to Moy. Pick up a few more recruits for here. We'll sell. We'll pick up those guys. Sell that. Sell that. I'm gonna keep. I'll keep the gunner's implements. I'm gonna sell the entrenching tools. You want to buy anything? I don't think I really need to buy anything. Yeah, no. I will be buying a new division though, or brigade. We will get a unit of these Hanoverian land mills, I think. Is there anything good at the powder house? No, these are all artillery stuff. No guns for sale here. It looks like this doesn't have really anything like that. Alright. Yeah, we will get another unit of Red Quill recruits. There we go. And we'll top you off and you off. And with that, we will be officially leaving Moy and heading deeper into the hinterlands of Scotland. Go hit this hill up, see if I can't spawn anything. Doesn't look like it. At Haddington. So this is a cracking town, alright. Alright. So we got some John Coping carbines, some bayonets, some Delft muskets. So what do I got? I got Warren musket basic. Terrible range. These guys got some land pattern muskets, which are like pretty decent, but still bad at range. So we're gonna want to get some. The Delft musket sounds pretty good. It's a good one at that. We got some carbines. We got some Potsdam muskets. Right. Melee weapon charge. Okay, I think we'll just go with the one unit for now. We'll just put that, and we'll give this to our recruits here. Just so they have something to shoot with. Ooh, actually, let me ammo up everyone. There we go. And then staff college. We get some doctrines. It looks like we got the noble estate. Prepare officer traits and starting skills. Then recruit the one that fits your strategy. Some towns apply modifiers that raise or lower hiring level. Cool. The foundries where we get our cannon from. Alright, so we'll sell this. Then we're going to move on out of here. So, alright, there we go. Go check out this battlefield up here. Oh, we couldn't do anything for them, it looks like. And I didn't even read it, but yeah. Battle of Haddington. We are up against some French Fusiliers, some Royal Recruits, French Hussars. All right, roll into the battle. Sweden joined the war in 1757, invading Prussian Pomerania. Despite early hopes, Swedish forces failed to advance beyond Stralsund and played a minor role thereafter. Interesting. Very interesting. So, take a look. I'm thinking we try to take this line here on that rose. Yeah. So we will actually start the war forces here. Move them down to about there. Deploy. And then we'll actually just try to get that line up immediately. The woods will give them some cover, but I'm not too worried about it. We'll shadow as usual with my cavalry on either flank. And you will try to stay in the center. And we're actually gonna need to run to get there. Here we go. I'm gonna stick my dragoons in this town, just to kind of anchor that flank point. My provincial cavalry will be in these woods, but those fusiliers do kind of scare me a bit. Here come the first volleys shortly. Here we go, boys. Chew into them. These need to get up here, like now. Yeah, dude, he's ripping my cavalry up. I gotta get them out of those woods. And flanked around even further, because they're not meant to just take the fight like that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's bring you guys up to help morale. You guys need to really get moving. Alright, so luckily those guys will start shooting there. Alright, we broke those fusiliers, that's good. These recruits are getting ready to break soon. Okay, our dragoons are doing good. We shattered those units, that's good. So we're gonna just, wheel you around. No, I don't want both, I just want one. Nope, those fusiliers are coming back, we're not gonna wheel you around yet. We will advance a little bit, though. Alright. Those French hussars are still sitting there. The dragoons are doing some work on these royal recruits. Because they're just so focused on shooting my British light dragoons that are just, like, very hard to hit, because they're all in the village and the town. These French Fusiliers and these Redcoat recruits are shooting it out. Not bad, it's not good. Same thing there. There you go, they're retreating. Alright. Let's just wheel you around. And we will actually advance you up. Charge you into those royal recruits. See if we can't shatter them. We can. Good. This is not gonna go well for my boys. Those French hussars are gonna rip me to freaking shreds out here in these woods. Yeah. Jeez. Get ready, boys. 6 bayonets. Charge. Oh, man. That is rough. I need my British foot up here so I can shoot these hussars in the face. Looks like they're getting ready to shatter, actually. Yep, there they go. Oh, that was a close one, dude. Those hussars did some damage. Man, did they do some damage. But we have won the Battle of Haddington. Victory at Haddington. We will be taking an exchange. We want some veterancy for my boys. Sirree. Nope. Redcoat recruits so they can level up to some British Battalion Artillery. I think I just kind of want to focus on getting some line infantry up now, not so much more artillery. Let's head into Haddington while we're here. We'll pick up some recruits, some reservists, and we'll just fill out our boys again. Those units got messed up. Punch all our ammo. Perfect. We only have 69 of those left. Let's see. Any of these we want to keep? Let's see. Stamina and move speed. How much we can give those to those guys? Chevaux de Frise. You know, we're just gonna sell those, and we'll keep the ramrods for now, though. But the rest of the stuff, we're just gonna sell it all. And then we'll go to the gunsmith, see if we can't pick up some new weapons. Stats, musket. We'll take the Potsdam. We'll also take the Yonkoping carbine, maybe? I don't know if I want to take that. I might get the light socket bayonets, though. I don't really charge with my guys, so that's the thing. Alright, we'll grab this for now. Just that. And we will give this to these boys here. These redcoat recruits. Sell this musket. Exit this. Exit the town. And I guess we'll head up to Forest. Check out this encampment. Let us. The camp was abandoned in haste. Cooking fire still smolder and scattered kit lies strewn about the grounds. The enemy must have left in a great hurry, though the reason is not immediately clear. We may strip the camp for supplies or take the time to pull up the works entirely. The latter may draw attention, and it's possible patrol may return before we finish. We'll take their weapons. Newstead musket. Some light socket bayonets. Okay. We have some attrition, but I want to be able to see pretty far. Let's go check out this output. Ooh, actually, you know what? We will be saving here because it has been an hour in this recording so far, so. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked the video. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Peace.